Today, we're going to follow the amazing journey of this little open source project that, believe it or not, grew into a seriously powerful AI financial analyst. It's a really cool story about innovation, and it all kicks off with a frustration that I think we can all relate to.
I mean, you've totally been there, right? You're just casually reading an article, maybe on your lunch break, and you see a company name and boom, your curiosity just lights up. But actually getting a real financial snapshot like right then and there, yeah, that's the tricky part.
And that right there, that's the core problem this whole project set out to solve. It's that familiar journey from seeing one little stock ticker to suddenly finding yourself in what I can only describe as tab hell. Just a chaotic mess of financial sites, blinking charts, and way too much data.
I mean, just think about your own workflow for a second. You see a ticker, say TSLA or NVDA. What do? You highlight it, you copy it, you open a brand new tab, navigate to your favorite finance site, paste it in the search bar, and then you hit search. It's so clunky, right? It completely breaks your flow, and honestly, it's just painfully slow.
So, the creator had this thought. What if you could just get rid of all those steps entirely? And that simple question, that was the spark. That was the beginning of TRKPeak, a project that didn't start as some giant platform, but as a super simple, really elegant solution to that one annoying problem.
And the original workflow? Oh, it was just beautiful in its simplicity. You just select some text on a page, you right-click, and boom! All the information you need comes to you. No more opening new tabs, no more searching, just an instant, super efficient answer.
Now don't let that simplicity fool you for a second. Even in its very first version, this thing was surprisingly powerful. It could smartly detect tickers, pull in real-time data, and it even had these cool interactive charts. The kind where the high and low prices actually update when you change the time frame. It was like the perfect little pocket knife for doing a quick stock check.
But, and this is where the story gets really interesting, a quick check is one thing, right? It's great. But what if you want to make a real investment decision? Well, for that, you've got to go way deeper than just the current price and a basic chart. And that's exactly what happened next. The project was about to take a massive leap forward.
And here it is. This is the leap. We're talking about a transformation from a handy little utility into a full-blown analysis platform. It went from just showing you the price to giving you multi-tab financial statements to running its own powerful backend. To put it simply, it got a brain. Okay, so to handle all this new power, the whole interface had to be redesigned. It was broken up into these simple tabs. The very first tab is basically your home base. It's got all the essential real-time data and those awesome interactive charts that made the original tool so great in the first place. But then, you click on the next tab, and that's where things get really serious. This is where you find the professional-grade data, the stuff that serious investors absolutely live by. We're talking PE ratios, trailing 12-month performance, and a crystal-clear look at the company's balance sheet.
And then we get to the third tab, which is all about getting the bigger picture. You know how a single data point could be totally misleading, right? Well, this section lets you zoom out, analyze a company's performance over several quarters, and see the real story, the actual trends. And trust me, this is where the real magic happens.
Because that third tab, that's where the tool's ultimate superpower lives, a built-in AI financial analyst. This is that brain we were just talking about, and it is, without a doubt, what sets this new version of TRKPeak completely apart from anything else. So what's powering this? It's Google's Gemini 2.0 Flash model. The easiest way to think about it is like having an expert financial analyst on call, 24/7. It takes all those raw, complicated financial numbers and just translates them into an intelligent analysis that anyone can actually understand. And look, this isn't some black box that's just guessing. The AI is doing a really rigorous, systematic review of the company's financial health. It's looking at revenue trends over 6 or more quarters, it's analyzing cash flow patterns, the state of the balance sheet, profitability over time, the whole shebang. So what do you get back from all that analysis? Not just some random number. You get a comprehensive report, a full assessment of the company's financial health, a clear list of its key strengths and potential concerns, and of course, an investment recommendation, a buy, hold, or sell. But, and this is the most important part, it gives you the reasoning behind that recommendation. And the result is an output that looks something like this. See, it's not some vague suggestion, it's a direct, data-driven conclusion. It's a strong buy and then tells you why, because of accelerating revenue growth and strengthening free cash flow. That's not just information, that's actionable intelligence, right there, instantly.
All right, so how does all this magic actually happen? For anyone out there who's a little curious about the technology, let's pop the hood for a second and take a quick look at the architecture that makes it all tick.
You know, the tech stack itself kind of tells a story. Yeah, you've got JavaScript running the front end, the part you see, but the really key detail here is the arrival of Python, making up almost 17% of the code. And that's not just another language on the list. That's the engine room. That signals the powerful new backend that makes all this incredible AI analysis possible.
And here's how it all connects together. When you select that text, the extension shoots a request over to its own custom Python backend. That backend then goes out and grabs all the financial data it needs from Yahoo Finance. It packages up the quarterly numbers, sends them to the Gemini AI for the deep analysis, and then it pulls everything back together and presents it in that clean, tabbed pop-up right in your browser. It's really a pretty sophisticated little dance of data. So when you step back and look at the whole thing, it's pretty amazing. What started out as just a simple right-click tool to fix a common little annoyance has completely blossomed into this comprehensive, professional-grade analysis platform. It literally puts an immense amount of power right at your fingertips.
And that really leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on, doesn't it? As these incredibly powerful tools become more and more accessible, what does it actually mean for the world of investing? What happens when anyone, not just the pros on Wall Street, can get this level of AI-driven financial insight instantly and for free?